Hey besties!
Are you all okay?
Welcome back to episode
7.
Is it 7? I was going to say 7, but then I questioned myself.
I think it's 7.
Wow, episode 7.
7, 7, 7.
Can you believe we've only been doing this for 7 weeks?
No.
Yeah.
No. Ooh.
7 weeks.
That's insane.
I know.
Feels like a lifetime.
It does. Feels like we've been, because we talked about it for so long before, it feels like we've been doing it forever.
For God's sake, there we go again. Welcome to Hannah's new us all cozy,
So
comfy,
close.
cuddling together.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to say welcome to your cabin.
Yay! First podcast in the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke about it in the vlog, but this is literally this will change throughout the journey. It was left like this throughout journey. It was left like this, and I need to do some serious DIY to it.
They like stick. Oh, for the listeners.
Oh yes,
We are in Hannah's new cabin,
Yay!
and behind us is a wall. It's got like, do you know what? This really annoys me about like a lot of things. Like, do you know when you go to Tesco's and you buy like a new mug, and then they stick that sticker on that doesn't come off, and you spend
a little bit
ages scratching, then you chip your nails, and just think, what was the point?
What was the point? Literally,
stupid.
I know. Because now I don't want to use the mug anymore.
No, because I was angry. I could just smash it against the wall.
So yeah,
it's basically got residue of stickers.
Yeah,
left on
but they're like foamy stickers. It's so weird.
It looks a bit like chewing gum.
Yeah, it does. So I've got loads of squares of like foamy chewing gum on my wall.
So it's actually probably better off if you're listening, because then you're not having to look at this background.
But we have got a lovely wallpaper that I'm going to be putting up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some pictures and posters and stickers at some point. But
Maybe
yeah,
like a big cabin fever poster.
Oh, no, that's actually quite iconic. I might do that.
Shall we?
Let's do that. Let's get merch.
Would you buy merch?
We need to sort our actual like picture out. So me and Emily, the picture on the cabin fever, like.
I don't think we've ever spoken about this.
No, I don't think we have. We basically one night went out on the ship. Not out. We went for dinner on the ship in our most complete guest appropriate wear from head to toe that we owned.
It's because a couple of nights before we'd gone up for dinner and a guest told us how beautiful we looked.
Yes.
And then we basically higher roles of like the ship manager roles change throughout your contract.
Yeah.
And we just had someone on that maybe wasn't as loving towards the cast.
Yeah.
And I basically had a little bit of stomach skin showing, which normally isn't really an issue.
And it was literally the tiniest bit.
And we've just been told we looked absolutely beautiful, and then we get like a text saying like, oh, like you're not allowed in this outfit. Like our manager was like, I'm sure you look lovely, but you've basically, someone said that you can't wear it. You
can't have any skin showing.
And I like the next night like stood and looked at my wardrobe and was like, I'm not going out.
That's it. We're like, that's it. I'm not going.
Like I had nothing to wear.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do, and so I ended up in like this awful outfit.
It wasn't awful. It was just like you had a roll neck jumper on, and then trousers.
I just had no skin showing because I was just like, I just can't be up. Like it was. Like we were in the Caribbean and I was in a roll neck turtle jumper, like,
and I put
myself
on. I hadn't worn it the whole contract because I was like, ugh, not really what I want to wear. I had this like floor length. It was a little summer dress. It is a lovely dress, but I just wouldn't have ever chosen to wear it for dinner.
Like,
but it was like floor length. Yeah, floor length white linen dress.
Yeah.
So we like.
You knocked on my door for
and
dinner.
I remember you opening and you were like, oh, I can't go.
And then like we just looked at each other and we were like, look at us serving guest appropriate
literally
right
guest
now.
appropriate. So we found it really, really hilarious how we looked, and we got some pictures like
lying on these. Realistically, the worst, like, I would be better off with my stomach showing.
Yeah, than laying on
we were lying on these guest stairs. Having a full photo shoot, like literally sprawled all my limbs. Like there's a really funny one where my legs look really long, like limbs across these guest corridor stairs, and just like.
But we just wanted to
ourselves.
show, like, we wanted to proof how guest appropriate we were that evening, and then that became
cabin fever.
Cabin fevers. like image. Yeah.
And like to this day we look back at it and think that's probably like one of our worst pictures we've ever had together, but it's just like
it's just so cabin fever.
Yeah,
I just love it. Yeah.
Serving guest appropriate, which is how we always should be.
Yes, we always are.
Yeah.
We always are guest appropriate.
Always.
So yeah, that was how cabin fever came to light.
So we're gonna get that.
So yeah,
like,
you'll basically see like
us.
Full size, maybe a cardboard cutout.
Oh my god, stop it!
Wow,
we're living the dream.
We're living the dream. Cardboard cutout, merch, posters, badges.
Oh god. Tote bags, pens, notebooks, water bottles, perfume.
Imagine we had our own fragrance. It would be like sea salt and fresh linen. So no, my favourite scent in the world is the Glade fresh linen. I think it's fresh linen or not clean linen, clean cotton. It's
the
amazing.
Yankee Candle, clean cotton Yankee Candle is my go-to.
Yeah. So my cabin always smells of that.
So where did sea salt come?
Well, we're on a ship.
On a ship.
Yeah.
That's so clever.
Yeah.
Like cabin fever, sea salt.
Sea salt, yeah.
Would you buy a sea salt perfume?
Sea salt and linen.
What a great idea.
Yeah. Honestly, that is cabin fever.
Let us know if you buy it. Literally no sales. Like, do you know these people that like launch their new brand and they like have videos of them like counting down how long it takes for it to sell out, and we're like counting down for our first customer. And it's like 7 hours later.
Two purchases.
Our mums.
No, but you know what that's made me think about? Do you ever get those TikToks come up on your algorithm and it's like someone's dad or like someone's auntie and they've written a book and they're sitting in the bookstore with
like
their
waiting.
that's what that's.
But then they get clout from that, and then like all of their book sells. So maybe we could like create this like clickbait that we're like sat like no followers, like we put all this time and effort into doing this and no one listens or watches. Yeah. And then like maybe really we'll just go like viral. Like we could even create one now like, Hannah, I just don't think I can do it anymore. Like I'm so upset.
We need to be like really
Now
like,
you go.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
Just be really sad.
I wish all this time and effort was going somewhere.
And then I'm gonna crop them up and post them, and then
somehow I don't think anyone's gonna feel sorry.
And then they'll go viral.
They will go viral.
And we'll get followers. I've got it.
Perfect.
Sorted.
There we go. That's the master plan.
Right.
And then we'll create our perfume.
Perfect. Yeah, perfume, and everyone will buy it. I feel like we need to move on because this is actually going to be a serious episode.
Yeah, so we did say last week at the end of the episode we were going to do an episode on how we kind of cope with living on a ship and the mental health side of it all and how we deal with that. I'm not going to be able to take you seriously today.
I'm being serious. Like, I've got my serious face on right
That's
now.
what's making me
I'm like this.
serious.
Oh, yeah. She's so right.
So we basically just wanted to talk about it, but also by no means are we sort of saying this is how to deal with life on a ship. We're kind of just saying how we deal with it. We're not necessarily even offering
like mental health advice or anything like that.
Yeah,
because realistically, we're probably the last people you want to take advice from.
Yeah, literally. In that we're taking it day by day, but this is
just like
how
talking
we
openly about it as well, and how like the best way for us to like have found ways to cope with certain situations,
which might not work for other people, and by no means is any way right or wrong. It's just
thought we'd be a bit more open about it because we talk so much about the most incredible side of the ships, which we still will talk about a bit today, but like there's other sides to it, like there is to everything. So we thought we'd be as open and transparent as possible.
So let's get into it.
We wrote a few like little
pointers
down just to like keep us going, keep us moving through.
So we'd put, how do you cope with the down days on a ship? So
the down days are hard because I do feel like everything's heightened on a ship.
Yes.
Like a down day at home, I personally believe is so different to a down day on the ship because you just feel so much more trapped.
Yes.
Like at home, if I have a down day, I can go outside and go on a 5-mile walk.
Yeah, in the
around
countryside.
a field,
Yeah.
around a lake. I
Yeah.
can go and see my nearest and dearest. I've got my like mum and dad there, my siblings, my grandparents. Like I've got my dog. Like best friends. Like I've got everything at home.
Yeah, within
And,
like
local
kind of distance.
And if I want like a bit of time for myself, I can like we say, I can get in my car and I can drive and I can go and do things to make my down day better. But I can also stay in my bed and
just
that be fine as well.
I suppose on the ship, because obviously you share, so this might be more for you to shine a light on, is when you do want your own time and you do want to just like curl up in bed, how do you sort of find that? And would you go somewhere else? Would you try and find your own space somewhere else?
That's the thing, is like I know personally, if I needed some me time, some space, the last place I'd be is curled up in my bed in my cabin. So I'd end up going somewhere and finding space, which is a lot harder on the ship because you don't know what everyone's doing.
Exactly.
So if I leave my cabin, there's a chance of me seeing someone as I'm leaving my room. If I go upstairs and get some fresh air, there's a chance of me seeing someone there. And so it's not like at home, you can close that bedroom door and you can curl up in bed and no one's going to be there to bother you. So it's a lot harder, but a lot of the times, like the down days on like at home, they wouldn't be down days.
No,
but on a ship, they're like,
you can let things like get to you a bit more and they become a down day. It's tricky, but on the other side of it, if you are having a down day and what you need is other people, you're sorted. You're so sorted. So that is another way of dealing with it, is surrounding yourself by people. It's, I suppose, what you need in that moment, whether you thrive off other people's energy or whether you thrive off being completely alone, and reading a book or playing a game on your phone or something like that, scrolling on Instagram, whatever helps you. But there is always people that you can turn to on your down days, which is amazing. And there's always going to be also someone else going through the same thing that you can 100%. Lean on, they can lean on you, and you can pick each other up together. Like people, every time you have a down day, I can guarantee that somebody that you're friends with has been through that before already, is going through that kind of thing. But like for me, if I'm down, I don't really want to be with people. Neither.
And I guess that's when it, like, you can find it hard because you are surrounded by people. Even silly things like, yes, you've got your own cabin here, but I could easily come and knock on your door and not realise your next door neighbour is in the cast. She can come and knock on your door, and you don't realise. And so it's one of those things that, like, everything seems heightened, and you take. Well, I'm trying to say, like, do you know, at home they're so petty, but on here. They're so big, like everything's a big deal for no reason in the world, and that's when you can end up struggling a little bit more.
We had a chat with our director yesterday, actually, and he basically, it was a sort of a like parting kind of conversation, wasn't it? And he just said to us, don't let things grow. Basically, just, this is such a small environment. Don't allow things to fester and grow out of proportion just because you're on a ship. So it's remembering that as well. Definitely. And just taking a breath and reassessing, 100%. Resetting, and then moving on if it is, you know, something small.
That's the thing. It's one of those things that you do have to, like, teach yourself to just move on from. Otherwise it will just grow and you'll dwell and you'll end up, like, exploding that something that is so minor. Tiny. But like, do think with everything in life, the best thing to do is just talk.
Of course. Easily. Oh, right. So how do we deal with sort of being cut off from the outside world and living in a bubble?
Ship bubble is the most real thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, everything is in this tiny bubble. We were actually talking a little bit about it this morning, in the sense of ship I think ship life is like dog years.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I feel like a day is a week.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane how it works. And so you're in this bubble, and like realistically on the outside world, certain things wouldn't bother you because it's like everything happens with time, things come with time.
Yeah.
But on the ship, I'm like, no,
things are
like,
moving fast paced.
hurry up, you know.
Literally, yeah.
So the ship bubble is such a real thing.
Really, really is.
And like being cut off from the outside world is hard with like Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's weird as well, like, because you also have not really any idea what's happening with like world affairs.
No.
We, like, because we don't have Wi-Fi, you don't get like your news notifications.
Yeah.
You don't get any information what is happening in the world at that time. So someone can literally be like, oh my god, have you heard what's happening here? Or have you heard what's happening about this? And you're like, no. And it's this huge world event that is happening and you have no idea. So it is really weird. It's like being wrapped in bubble wrap all the time with like cotton over your ears. Yeah.
Which in some senses is lovely because like the news is a nasty place.
I suppose, this is an awful thing to say, but sometimes like ignorance is bliss. Like we're kind of just like blissfully unaware of, you know, all these terrible things that are happening.
Also, being aware is like the main way to spread awareness of it. Basically.
Yeah, talking about it is the best way to deal with things.
Being so cut off about it can then like you look a bit ignorant.
Yeah, exactly.
You then are like not taking interest in it, and
which
like,
we are interested in it.
You just don't hear about it.
You don't hear about it, So it's one of those things we should all be talking about, like what's going on in the world, but we're just like
literally living in a random world.
It's so weird. It's like a parallel universe here.
100%. But it is like even silly things like it's funny. You know, like when people say on Love Island, when they're like, how did they fall in love so quickly? Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's not real. It's not true. Like, trust me, like, working on a ship, you can see that. Yeah. Not, like, the love side of it, but as in, like, just the way that you form friendships and like, go about your life. Yes. There, I can, like, so understand how they fall so quickly because you're with like people all the time. Yeah, you're not just working with them, you're also living with them. So it's like you eat together, you're on walks together. Like you're always with people. Then you go to work together as well. It's it's like that sense of like like nothing to do with like
falling in love or like relationships,
but like that side of like the time, the bubble that you're in is so slup.
I know, I've got a little. We've basically got hot chocolates
because we're like 3 years old and we love hot chocolate.
But they're in these little things, in these little cup holders. Shall we do a little ASMR?
But that just like being in a bubble, being wrapped in time, not knowing like concepts of time is like so real. And that can affect you because sometimes you start like stressing out and you're like, it's been 2 days. Yeah, literally. Yeah, I feel like we've been here. Oh my god, I feel like I've been here 10 years. Yeah, but it's a month today. That's wild. It's insane. Like, we've already had 2 cabins that we've moved into and settled in. Like, I feel, and I'm sure you feel like I'm so settled in my cabin.
I've been here for weeks and weeks. It's been a week.
A week? We moved into a cabin a week ago?
Wow. Yeah.
What the hell?
That's crazy. And I feel like it's been here forever. It's at home, so yeah, that can get quite overwhelming sometimes. And but then also it's like, oh my god, I don't want to wish this time away. And it feels at the same time like it's going so fast. But like, I've found I've aged as well, like dog years. No, you haven't. But I may as well be 40 years old right now. What are you calling me then? No, Hannah. Like, I'm your grandma then. Grandma. When I look at pictures of me
prior to my first contract.
Oh, same.
I was youthful.
I don't know who she was.
No,
literally, she's a goner.
She was great.
Yeah, I had a bob. I had fresh blonde hair.
Yeah.
My skin.
Oh my god, I was like glowing, and I look at me and like myself in the mirror now and think, these ships hag at you. I
But
can't
also,
bear to look in
like,
the mirror.
But also, I do feel like she was so much younger, but then I'm like, no, but I've glowed up since then also. Like, it's kind of like, and I think we both have.
Oh,
like,
get a grip. But come on now.
Stop. I think it makes you look older, but you also come into yourself, I think. I think as a person, you kind of like
a
grow
23-year-old that needs Botox right now.
Stop. Somebody please get this girl out of my cabin immediately.
I just can't deal with it anymore. Shepherd. Like, I've aged like dog years. I'm basically 14 years older rather than 2. Like, oh my goodness. But that's the bubble as well.
It is the bubble, yeah, it does hug you. Funny. Okay, so how do we sort of cope with missing home, friends, family, pivotal life moments, events, things like that?
It's funny you say this because it's actually my mum's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Denise!
But like silly things like that, like realistically, she's at work today.
Yeah, so you
wouldn't really see her. Yeah. But it's that like feeling of not being there. Like Mother's Day for us Brits has just passed.
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
And that's like a day I've never missed.
Yeah,
never
really
wanted
hard
to miss.
Yeah.
Birthdays go like the other week they had a birthday party for my nephew's 2nd birthday, and I didn't even know it was happening. Yeah. And it's one of those things that you just feel so cut off from this outside world that you just like. Some days you think like, oh gosh, like,
am I missing
out?
Me?
Yeah. Am I missing out? Like all my family creating these memories and I'm not there.
Yeah. On our last contract, I missed my best friend's wedding.
Yeah.
I've then also missed the birth of both her children, and it's like so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I've not even met her newest baby girl, and it's really, really hard to like come to terms with that, because like you say, it's like everybody's making these memories that you're so desperate to be a part of, and you're watching from an outside world, and you just you can't be a part of. So it's really hard to deal with those things. And then I'm terrible for when I feel isolated from things, I then isolate myself further. So I like completely remove myself from it, because I'm like, there's no possible way that I could ever be involved in this now. So that is really hard to get your head around, and there's been a lot of guilt that I put on myself for being here and missing those things. But ultimately you just have to give yourself a break, because we're working. This is what we chose to do. We love it. I would have it no other way. But dealing with those things,
it's hard. It's quite hard. It's really hard. And like, I hope you don't mind me asking, but like long distance relationships, like how, because that's hard.
That is very hard.
Really hard.
I am very, very blessed with my boyfriend. He has been incredible. It obviously isn't easy in a long distance relationship, because time difference is so hard. We were for a little period 4 hours difference.
They've just put their clocks.
And then they've just put their clock forward. So now just that one extra hour
really makes a difference.
Yeah, like 6 o'clock is now 11 o'clock at night, whereas before it was only 10. So it was like,
seem as bad.
Exactly, but we basically have to pay for any extra Wi-Fi that we want to use. So that makes calls to home, like if I want to speak to my mom, my boyfriend, I don't know, my sister, sending voice notes, literally downloading pictures, you have to pay for it. So I know it's priceless. These things are priceless, but they are things you have to factor in.
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't.
What am I trying to say? Like, they are a necessity.
Yes.
That we shouldn't. There shouldn't be a privilege, like to people that kind of, if you can afford it.
Yeah. If you earn enough money, you can call your family.
You can call your family.
Yeah. It's rough, but it's again, it's like we spoke about birthdays.
Yeah.
Like in a long distance relationship, you miss spoiling that person. Like my favorite thing to do on anyone's birthday, but especially my boyfriend, my family, is like get all the presents down, decorate the kitchen, get the birthday cake, walk into the bedroom in the morning, sing happy birthday. Yeah, special days. And again, it's that guilt of being like, I can't treat you in the way that I want to treat you on your special day.
But the most you can do is like send a card, but then like it's not the same.
It's not the same. I mean, we were very lucky. We both sent Valentine's flowers and we had a FaceTime, but it's not quite the same.
And like in those senses, I guess then you see people from home doing those things, and you think like, and I'm not even with you.
I know. Yeah.
And that it can hurt. Like that's when you like then end up overthinking, but then you just have to step back and remind yourself like, this is your dream job. Yeah. And you would never give it up for the world.
Exactly.
And to have someone meet you 50-50 in the middle, be proud of you, support you, want you to live your dream, but still love you for it, is like incredible. But it's also not like, that's not achievable for everyone.
No.
And
but
you get lucky. And you deserve to be lucky, do you know?
Yeah.
But like, it's not the case for everyone, and like, again, that's okay. But we have got quite a few people doing long distance in the cast, and everyone seems to be like,
everyone's doing it. Everyone's making it work.
They're doing it, and I think it's because you've all got each other.
Yes, everyone's kind of in the same boat. But yeah, there's a lot of people in relationships. There's quite a few people in the cast in relationships, like they came as a couple, but there are also a lot of us who are doing long distance, and then we all get really, really excited for like each other's partners to come on. We've also got a girl at the moment, her family are on this cruise, and they're staying on to next cruise, and just to see the joy on
being with your family,
like she's just so smiley and happy, and like and then we're all so happy for her. It's like when someone else's family come on, everyone's
like
excited.
Our families are like we literally have never met this like
I still haven't
mum and dad like in my life, and I'm literally like
I was like, did they enjoy the show? I did the show for her parents. I was like, I'm really gonna give her that.
But that like, again, everything's heightened. Like realistically, in real life, if I walked past one of my friend's mum on the street, I'd be like, oh my gosh, hi, how are you? Like, are you doing okay? On the ship the other week, Hannah's mum was in the cruise terminal. I ran from one side of the terminal to the other, screaming, Susie! And like, she was probably like, what is this girl doing? But like, it's so heightened that like, I was just buzzing to see, because it's weird. Someone like, your home is your family. But from seeing your family, I can get like a sense of home.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think especially each other's like when I'm so excited to see your parents. I'm so excited.
Though, but like I think it's just like that little thing of home.
Yeah, because we've said it before. Like we are each other's like solid home comfort, even though we're not from home together. So then having your family in your home, it feels like mine
home,
as well.
Like, it's strange, but like even like sometimes I just think someone's family coming on, no matter if you know them or not, can just like boost morale.
It does,
which is like so crazy. But I mean, trust me, gosh, does it make you tired?
Oh gosh,
like the nap you have after your family leave, like your family come on from holiday. Don't get me wrong, it's incredible. But you're like constantly feel like you're hosting. And so you're like up and about, crack of dawn. You're constantly having to be like switched on, half because you're in guest areas. So like we have to be like, we have like our name badges on and things like that. So we have to be
you have to
guest
hold
appropriate,
an image.
Hold that like standard for crew. But then you're constantly like with your family chatting, like blah,
catching
blah,
up,
and then so when they get off, that like feeling of like is like insane, and you just sleep for 24 hours and you're like dead.
Yeah, because it's like you feel guilty being like, I'm gonna eat the mess tonight and just go to bed. Like you have to go out in guest area every
all the
night,
time,
put makeup on, get dressed, put on a pair of heels. Like, it's amazing. And I always think, gosh, I'm gonna be like so full after my family have been on. I'm gonna eat so much food.
Meals, I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
But I never am, because I'm running around here, there, and everywhere for them.
True.
But no, it's lovely, and you wouldn't change it for the world. But it's definitely like, it can make you tired when it's your own family, but other people's family, like, just boosts everyone's morale, which really, really helps.
So there's another one. We kind of touched on this. Like, how do you cope with other people when you want alone time?
We did touch on that at the beginning. But like, it's so hard because, gosh, like, you have your down days, you have your up days, but every time you just have to remind yourself, like, actually what we're doing. Like, we are traveling the world. Yeah, like, literally outside there is the sun, the sky, the ocean. It's just blue, beautiful. Like, it's like so unreal. It's like people. I was speaking to my boyfriend the other day, and he was like, there's some people in his family that never saw the sea. No. And I find that I just like, then I look outside the window and I'm like, wow, so grateful. I'm so blessed. I am so blessed. Like, we're travelling, like, we're getting to go to all of these countries for free. We have breakfast, lunch and dinner made for us if we choose to go and eat it for free upstairs. We have this like, we have our beds. We have somewhere to lay our heads. Yeah. We have water in the taps. We can clean ourselves. And we get to do our dream job. Yeah. Like, we're in a musical, which we trained our whole lives to do. It's not like we, just decide to us. Yeah, exactly. Like we have worked for this. Yeah. So it is. You do have to remind yourself, like, such a reward. Yeah. To like get to do a dream job. Yeah. At the same time as like traveling and like earning good money. Yeah. And like it's just very, very blessed. It's the down days sometimes can be a bit like overwhelming, but actually I just think no, you have to just reset. Obviously sit in whatever you're feeling, allow it to happen, but you can always fall back on the fact that this is what we do. And it's like so blessed. Like, can you believe we are opening our show tonight? Guys, we open Greece tonight. This is it. This is the moment. Like, my toes just cut. I know, my tummy is like. But yes, we finally do our first performance of Grease to guests tonight. Yeah. And it's been a long time coming, and like, even if it's like not the loudest applause, I'm just ready to like hear a clap. After. My favourite thing that you say is, the crowd goes mild. And like, honestly, even if the crowd goes mild, I don't care, because it'll be more claps than our director and choreographer. And that's literally it. The two of them sat there like, woo! You go girls. Like, it'll be more than that, and that's all I care about. Yeah. But yes, so we open that tonight. Okay, so nervous and sweaty now. Cannot wait for. It's gonna be incredible. We're gonna have the best time. Yeah. We'll try and like, what we're gonna try and do is film a little get ready with us for a show of Grease, and hopefully upload that soon. We're currently mid-recording a little like vlog, week in the life. Hannah's done a very exciting like get ready for the ITD show that she did the other day. 2 days ago. A little chatty get ready, so then I'll just like add little bits of what I do for the rest of the week into that, so that will be uploaded on Monday. And then let us know what you want our podcast episode to be. Give us some suggestions for next week. We're gonna go back to like giggles and laughter. Ooh, someone's turned their music up very loud. Can you hear that? Oh my gosh.
Woohoo! I don't know
I'm
if
in
you
a
can hear
rave.
this.
Let's hope you can't hear this. So we can wrap it up quickly. But yeah, give us some suggestions. Like, we just thought that, like, I think it's actually such an important topic to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, the mental health sides of it. So
yeah,
it was good to, like, get it out there. And if you actually have any more questions about what we've spoken about today, please let us know. We are not professionals, but, like, we are happy to talk about things.
Yeah, we'll just talk
out
about
of, like,
our
curiosity.
experiences. Yeah.
But yeah, any questions about living on the cruise ships, life on cruise ships, life travelling, life as musical theatre performers, anything like that, please let us know, and we'll be bringing back our Asking for a Friend next time as well. So send us your
Asking
life,
for friends,
life drama,
dilemmas, dramas,
and we'll talk about that as well. But we hope you've enjoyed this episode and
thank you so much
found
for
it
listening.
interesting.
Yeah. Aww. Oh, do you want to do your little speech?
Follow us on our social media. Cabin Fever Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, cabinfever.cf1 on YouTube, Cabin Fever on Spotify, and if you've got any inquiries, email us at cabinfever.cf1@gmail.com.
Isn't she just amazing?
Great. Like,
you've smashed that. You've absolutely nailed
that
it.
up, honestly.
Right.
Thanks for listening, guys.
We love you guys.
Off to get ready for Greece.
Bye, besties.
Bye, besties.